We give you a false sense of popularity by opening up the window.
Hey, it works. It works. When I come in and I see that there's already 4 people waiting and it's all us, it works. Welcome back, everybody, to Payback is a Lich. The campaign where we started with the party already in a TPK. Everybody in this party is already dead, or at least they were. Now they're sort of dead. As it's a party fully made of Liches, undead spellcasters. And yes, they are all vengeful and self-serving and evil, and well, I guess that's a sort of a bittersweet and evil campaign where the multiverse tatters on the brink of collapse as Vecna now as a Lich god accumulates divine titles and remakes reality. He had 2 former allies, Volkar and Kaz, that remember that he has a secret he wished to remain buried. He erased a full species of beings called the Spellweavers, and Volkar has rallied a band of Liches, this sorrow bunch, to uncover this secret that Vecna wished to keep to remain hidden. Apparently, there are rumors that one of these ancient obelisks that were left behind by this civilization, forgotten even by the gods, may contain a last member of their species that was protected from Vecna's ritual. This, called the Lore Keeper, seemed to be the last Spellweaver, a backup in a stasis inside one of these ancient obelisks. However, to get to this obelisk, you require a key, and the key is what this party was looking for throughout this entire campaign. There are 2 rods of 7 parts out there. One was being pursued by Volkar, the other one was being pursued by Kaz. Yes, they are competitors. Surprise, surprise. And this party, loosely dubbed the Left-Hand Horrors, has managed to gather 7 rods, 7 pieces of the one rod, and outmaneuver Kaz, at least for the time being. And now they are being led by Volkar, Vecna's ex-exarch, who is now leading them in this Lich rebellion, quote unquote, with he has a sweet tooth for soul caramels, and he can be sometimes nasty and insensitive, and his idea of motivation is not quite exactly motivation, but ultimately he means well, I guess. And he's leading this party into this underground ziggurat to try and find this ancient obelisk. And so far, they have been very successful in navigate this ancient structure. Perhaps it was even made by one Lich, because it seems like they have a natural sense for dungeons. Never knew Liches had a knack for that, but I guess they do. But without further ado, let's introduce our party tonight. First, we have Creek, our bardic Lich with a flair for the dramatic and a penchant for bad deals. Creek, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Oh, I'm feeling much better, guys. I can't wait to look at this mirror world. You know how amazing it's gonna look? I hope I can take a piece of it with me home. Imagine the possibilities of traveling everywhere. I could go sightseeing from my lair.
Very good, very good. It seems that your concerns are still very material, Creek, despite despite all your immaterial experiences these days. And then we have Cyril, the rugged, banished, and recently returned version of Ugly Cyril. Now, I guess, more paranoid than ever, as he has been forgotten or left out by the rest of the party in a plane that no one has access to, and he returned to the material plane I guess with a suspicion that no one loves you, Cyril. Heartbroken. Cyril, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Hello. Feeling good, feeling paranoid, keeping an eye on the fellow with the flaming hair. No one seems to know what he does unless it's my prettier version, which, is a little complicated, but we get there. We'll get there.
Now that you say that, I've remembered that wasn't Drazov a little bit jealous of the relationship between Ugly Cyril and Pretty Cyril? The two alternative versions of your character. Do you think he's just trying to eliminate the competition?
I mean, it would explain him leaving me in a interdimensional pocket that he did, but until we find those answers, we'll wait to hear from Drazov.
It would, right? That is a very good plausible explanation why he did that, because I don't think not even him anticipated that he had made that move. But sometimes it's just instinct. And talking about the guy with the flaming hair, Drazov, our necromantic order of scribes. Some call him genius, other call him mad genius, other just called him mad. Be as it may, he still has the Crown of Lies now, a very powerful artifact, and he's now a part-time interdimensional rescuer who went there to the mirror plane to save someone who was pretty enough to deserve that treatment. The other ones he left there. Drazov, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Yes, of course. I am, as always, Albregnor the Rancid. And, but, again, don't spread that around too much. I'm still pretending to be Necrolumpa and disguised as the Nira for security reasons. And just for the record, I have absolutely no reason to wish Ugly Cyril any harm, as I paid him quite handsomely to help me persuade his better half back to my laboratory, and he took my money, so I accept him to come through.
Very well. Yes, folks, Drazov is...
Deception.
Drazov is sort of a kind of a Scooby-Doo type of hero, of villain. Those that at the end of the show, they start to take the mask, and underneath the mask, there's another mask. And underneath that other mask, there's another mask. And they keep just pulling masks until they hope it will end in the real villain at the end of all those masks. And that's how Drazov is creating his multiple layers of lies with the Crown of Lies. Scooby-Doo style. And and then we have Midge, our Lycan Lich and Spore Druid, with a knack for finding secret passages and spreading her fungal wisdom, as well as recently named as the heavy hitter of the party, as she discovered that she can hit really hard when she turns herself into something completely different than what she is. Midge, say hello to our audience and tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. I'm tired of pulling all the weight. My back is getting a little sore from carrying everyone through this dungeon, if you know what I mean.
Well, I feel your pain, Midge. I mean, I can understand. I mean, you it's the third time you find a secret passage in this dungeon. That is a shortcut to the next lower level. So, yeah, I understand you be feeling this way. And then we have Ronaldo, our herald of eternal passion, recently back from the mirror plane, with a head full of disturbing revelations about Vecna. He will be joining us hopefully soon. But before he do, let's give our audience a little bit of a recap about our last session. The party in the last session was a split screen adventure where we saw Ronaldo and Cyril banished into the mirror plane by Daenerys, thanks to the helpful, or I should say unhelpful, hand of Ricardo, Ronaldo's simulacrum. And while exploring this reflective realm full of screens that you can see the different planes and the different places in the multiverse, Ronaldo witnessed not one, but 4 versions of Vecna. A 5-headed dragon Vecna, an overlord of the Abyss Vecna with a staff that seemed to have been made out of the wand of Orcus, the original God of Secrets Vecna performing a reality warping ritual, and a female goddess of magic Vecna. The goddess of magic Vecna was the only one that actually noticed Ronaldo and apparently could communicate with him telepathically, warning him that she would cut him off of his use of the weave, the source of magic across the multiverse, and she threatened him to severe consequences for his actions, but she also let slip away that she couldn't do much about him while he was in the mirror plane. It seems that that's the one place in the multiverse that a goddess of magic cannot find you. So yes, and then we had Drazov, ever the improviser, opening a gate through the side of one of the mirrors inside the material plane in the dungeon. He used that as a window to open a gate very near Ronaldo, and he went into the mirror plane, and the duel started a brawl against Daenerys, or I should say, Drazov started a brawl against Daenerys, while Ronaldo started to run towards the gate as he wanted to get out of that place as fast as possible. And eventually the duel returned to the material plane, right at the same time when Cyril had just encountered them and saw the gate that was open near Ronaldo. And turns out that Drazov was not very considered. Turns out Drazov doesn't really care about Ugly Cyril and left him behind, crossed the gate, and dropped concentration on the other side, pretty much locking the door. You know what they say, you don't have to outrun the lion, you just have to outrun the others. And that's pretty much the philosophy of Drazov here. He just had to leave Cyril there to be eaten on a one-on-one fight with Daenerys. However, despite the fact that that happened, Cyril found his way back into the material plane, and the party is now facing off against Daenerys again. There was some unfortunate were-rats that got in the middle of this fight, but they didn't last long. This were-rat infestation was dispatched quite quickly, but Daenerys is still causing trouble to our party, and while Midge has discovered yet another secret door leading downward to yet another level of this dungeon. It's been 5, maybe they're going to 6, to the 6th level now. How many levels are here? Let's hope it's not like the Abyss that has infinite layers. They haven't descended through the stairs leading to the next level yet, because in between them and those stairs lies Daenerys. But I guess you guys can feel your senses tingling as it feels like the obelisk is getting closer and closer to your reach. Maybe. Who knows? And on that note, let me bring you guys back to where we left off the last time. And look at that. That big mess there. We have Ronaldo, we have Creek, we have Hob Zombie, Red Midge, Hasrul, and we have a Nera and a fake Nera yes, folks, the Nera with quotes is a fake Nera. Which is actually Necrolumpa disguised as Nera. And Necrolumpa is in fact Drazov disguised as Necrolumpa. As I said, Scooby-Doo. So on that note, let me give you guys a few minutes to decide what you want to do next and to come up with a plan here.
So are there any mirrors still, like, visible to us in this area?
Yeah, there are 2 in the same room as the stairs.
Yeah, just 2 over kind of this general direction. I can't ping for some reason.
There.
Okay, I can't.
There's one.
There we go.
There's one right there, and there's one right there.
Gotcha. Okay, I don't have line of sight to that at the moment.
Just for clarity, is this the real Nera or is this the one?
The one
one
beside
down
me
is
is the
the-
real one.
Yeah. The one down here is me.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one with the staff.
With the quotations.
I've lost track of who knows what at this point. So
We all know nothing.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Precisely.
okay, so I guess our best bet is to try and get it into this room over here and shove it through a mirror and see where things go from there. Which
Yeah. From
gonna
what
be
I remember, last time it was focusing on me after I used Convergent Future. Excuse me. Sorry, coughing. Convergent Future took notice of me and attacked me since. Only been one turn, but it may focus on me, so I could possibly...
it was looking at Midge, and then you did something, and it went.
Yeah. So I'll probably try and get into that room. Maybe might be the best course of action. I mean, I can Misty Step here.
What kind of saving throws are you guys making it do?
And none at the moment because it reflects everything.
Yeah,
Well-
as few as possible, preferably.
That's for like single target. I'm talking AoE or other options. Like if you're gonna physically push it, you make it
anything-
strength.
Anything that we've established so far that anything that it makes a saving throw for, physical, magical, it's gonna do some kind of reaction attack with.
So we've just been running from it then?
No, Midge has been,
doing some serious damage.
but it also has been hitting Midge pretty hard too. So
Alright.
Yeah, like melee attacks are our best bet, but because if we do magical attacks, it's not just gonna do like a reflexive thing. It's gonna like reflect the spell back at the caster.
So it's quite problematic as, you know, my my physical attack does a 1d8 plus 1. Not exactly a whole lot.
None of us are exactly built for melee, except for Red Midge at the moment. As now she's Red Midge again.
Midge
And the Hezrao, and I guess our zombie guy.
Legend, if Red Midge drinks a potion, that will restore Midge's HP, not Red Midge's. Am I correct?
Right now, what you have is temporary hit points, and a potion won't do anything to your temporary hit points.
Yeah, but it will heal regular Midge though, correct?
It would heal regular Midge, yes.
Okay.
Did we? I can't remember at all over the last couple of weeks fighting this thing. Did we ever figure out if a Bigby's hand could do damage to it? I know it's magical, but it would reflect back to the Bigby's hand, which doesn't have health.
I
Are we
don't
sure?
think
Are we sure?
tried
Go
that.
back to Bigby's hand and not to the caster.
Yeah, because
No, not true. Okay, that's true.
I think that might fall into the same category as me casting spells through my manifest mind, which
Yeah,
presumably
That's
would
what I was
just
thinking.
reflect back on me rather than the manifest mind, which also can't be damaged.
I see. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a huge amount that I can do. Obviously AOE's and etc. But I think the only AOE's I really have is Fireball, Wall of Ice, Chain Lightning. That's it, I believe.
I mean, can someone point to where it is right now? Because it's not in my line of sight.
It's right here.
Around the corner, Mitch.
Okay. Okay. So we don't want Midge to kill it at this point. Okay.
I mean,
Hmm.
it's if we take it out here, like it's just gonna keep following us, or it's gonna keep popping back up, and that's a war of attrition that we are definitely gonna lose in the long
Yeah.
term. So
No, I understand.
I'm thinking that like our best bet right now might be just for Cyril to like lead it into that room so that we can shove it through a mirror.
Yeah. Pretty
Well,
much.
so here's my question. If you recall, the way that Cyril and Ronaldo got into there was by holding up a shard of the mirror and pointing it towards us. So my question is, like, I'm wondering if we should try that on ourselves.
But if I if I'm remembering correctly, at that point the Nero was still in its own dimension, and it was that it saw them through that shard and pulled them through, not that they like just looked in and went through.
Hmm.
And if it's on this side, I mean, I my memory is not the best, so I could be mistaken about how that played out, but
Yeah, I wasn't here for that day either, I'm afraid.
So, for those of you who are looking, I might be muted. For those of you who are looking at the battle map right now, the ones with the blue dots have advantage in their next attack. Cyril, you're holding concentration on haste for Red Mage. Red Mage, you're holding concentration on your form. Cyril, you have Death Ward on you. Ronaldo also has Death Ward on him. The Hasro has taken somewhat of a beating. The fake Nera is concentrating on the summon on the conjure demon. That's why we have Reshold there. The fake Nera also has Wish Stress on him and Sanctuary. Volkar is flying around the corner. He's sitting out of the battle for obvious reasons. He's trying to protect the rod. Last thing you guys need is for this Nera to discover who is carrying the rod. And he has Sanctuary on him, and he's sitting down on a flying broom, sucking on soul caramels. Yes, and that weird red star thing that you see there—that's Ronaldo's best depiction of a spiritual weapon mace. That he attempted to attack the Nero with it, and the mace went and swung back at Ronaldo. And I think
that's the same as Bigby's hand. There we go. There's our answer.
Yeah, that's our answer. Yeah. That's our answer. Well, in that case, I'm pretty useless unless I try some AoEs, which I can do in the next room over if it follows me through. Just I have to keep concentration on Red Mage.
Very well.
How do we hope to push this thing into the mirror is the main question, if that's what we're going for.
I'm thinking best bet for that is either the Hezrao or Red Midge, whoever can get there first. Which, I mean, the Hezrao goes after the nearest. So
Okay.
yeah, or Hob Zombie maybe. I don't know how much strength zombies have.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone happy with the game plan, so?
I just have one question. When you're in the mirror world, is there anything I should be, I should be warned about?
Don't fall for the... Go ahead.
All movement in there is going to be considered rough terrain. Well, like any like normal physical movement in there is going to be considered rough terrain.
Gotcha. Don't fall.
I was going to say, don't fall for the handsome fellow looking back at you.
Oh.
You guys ready?
I think so, yeah.
Sure.
Very well. Cyril, we stopped at your turn. What would you like to do?
So I'll misty step up here to get away from the Nera. And then using my flying carpet, I will fly... Oh, gee, sorry, I better make sure this is correct, but I think it should be fine. I'll fly my 60 feet over towards this room to try and bait it in. And that's pretty much me done.
By flying, you mean you are awkwardly dragged by your tail of your scorpion armor all the way there.
Correct, but I'm not on the floor, so I am technically flying, even if it is very awkward. Quite an unusual sight, but it's a sight nonetheless.
Okay, all right. You have a very loose definition of flying. As you reach that room, you realize, Cyril, you find yourself in between two mirrors and a third one there on the corner. Fun times. But the good news is that there's a pile of gold there on the floor, and the owners of that pile of gold, the were-rats that you just got rid of, are no longer around. So, hey, at least someone's going to give you a tip before they take you down in between all these mirrors. And
Absolutely.
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end. Do I have any potions of healing? I don't think I do, but I'll double check. That is the end of my turn. Yes, thank you.
Very well. Very well. Daenerys, as a legendary action, is going to come out on that mirror over there. It just steps into
Fantastic.
a rift and comes out on the other side. And now would be the turn of Ronaldo. Who wants to switch with him while he's not here? I assume
Can someone ping?
Yes, Red Midge, it's you?
I'm thinking about so they're both in here in this room.
Yes.
It's up to the left up here.
This is okay. Let me see what my strength looks like. As a red upshot. Oh yeah, I had a 23 strength. Okay, yeah, I'll go.
Very well.
You guys okay with that? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right,
Midge
so
it is. What would
Midge,
you like to do?
Midge will step 10 feet in, get an idea of what's going on, and then we're gonna try this. I am going to charge and try and push it into the mirror.
see what happens.
Very well. Roll an athletics or an acrobatics for your shove attack. This creature has very erratic movements, so it's not difficult to grapple or shove, etc. Because it's not obvious where to put your hands on. But the number to beat is a 22 this time.
Okay. So there isn't for the stat block. Can I just roll strength? Just a straight strength. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. $17's not gonna do it, guys.
You've rushed to try and push this creature, and the creature just moves it in weird angles out of the way, and ultimately you just ended up pushing air.
Okay. You guys want me to try and attack it then? Because I'm here. I don't know what to do.
Have you done a lot of damage to it already?
Decent amount, yeah.
Could do that, because we just want to keep bringing it down so it's almost close to dead, and then try to throw it in.
Yeah, I'd say attack it regardless.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is incite fanaticism with my bonus action. So Cyril, you have advantage. You're the only one I can see.
Very well.
All right, so Midge is going to... we'll consider that my hasted action. Is that fine, Legend?
Yeah.
The push, the shove attack? Okay.
That's
All
fine.
right, multi-attack, so we will bite first. It's a 29.
Very well.
For 19 piercing. And
you take as fractal rebound
25 fire.
As soon as roll 20 rolls, there you go. 21 points back from the fractal rebound as the skin of this creature shatters at your bite and pierces your mouth at the same time while you're piercing.
Yep.
And
I already updated my token.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, you already updated your token. Very well.
I did.
Okay.
I just did it.
Okay, then let me give you 21 back.
I should be at no. I should be at 66. That was correct.
Okay.
I was at 87. Yeah, I'm at 66.
Very well.
All right. So now we do the claw. Hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, my head just died. All right, claw attack.
Claw attack.
That'll hit.
Yeah, definitely.
17 slashing. And 6 fire.
As you attack this creature with the claw, you take another 48 back as the creature bursts into shards. And those
I just killed it, guys.
fall to the ground. And it disappears. And you take 19 points back of piercing
Time for the
damage.
mirrors.
And Red Midge,
Now,
you are out. You guys are out of initiative.
okay, here's my question. So because Midge is standing in front of the mirror, what do I see in the mirror?
Yourself.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
No worries, man.
It's okay. We didn't know how close it was.
Yeah. Above the table, I'm thinking, we've got a beat here. Let's take a moment, wait for it to start putting itself back together, and then see if we can get in and hit it when it's not all the way together?
Not fully formed?
Yeah. Because last time we took it out, afterward, when I went around and started smashing the mirrors, the leftover mirrors, I saw it starting to reassemble itself.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking we just gave it too much time. So maybe let's wait till it starts again and hit it when it's weak. You know?
Yeah. I
In its own
mean,
dimension.
Midge and Red Midge and Cyril were both standing in front of a mirror. We can both just intently watch the mirror to see if we can see it, while the rest of you guys do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm gonna psychically command the Hezral to, well.
Did we lose him?
Uh-huh.
Shoot, sorry. My bad. Muted myself accidentally. Okay, so now that we're out of initiative, I'm gonna move up into the room and psychically command the Hezral to try and push its way into the mirror, see if it can get through. Or whichever mirror it was. Yeah. I assume that you shared that information.
I don't think it went through a mirror, did it?
It didn't go through a mirror.
Oh, I was
No, it's
talking on-
just
It just,
all right. So.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
So just gonna tell it to try to push through a mirror if it can, and I'm assuming that doesn't work.
No, it just behaves like a normal physical mirror.
Okay.
As he pushes through, it just feels like he's going to break if he continues to do that.
Okay. Then I command the Hezral to stand down. Should I make like however many charisma checks it needs to make for while we wait to see if it can break free of my control?
By all means.
why? I feel like we need to go down those stairs, guys.
yeah. Sorry, I don't think we wait. I think we
I think
Try
we
to
gotta
keep-
push forward.
Yeah, I think this whole thing is just here to slow us down. I think if we do wait, we could get just stuck in an endless loop.
Why don't we
Well, at
just
least
break
if
the
we-
mirrors?
Yeah, I mean, it makes no difference breaking them if we move down to the next floor.
Okay.
I just think if the Nero's going to come back, it's going to come back regardless.
Well, I mean, if we take it out in its own plane, it's not going to be coming back. Is my thinking.
I'm
There,
sure
yeah.
there's more mirrors downstairs.
Right, but mirrors aren't going to matter if it's not there to come through them.
No, but I mean, like what they're saying, like without any time to waste, just destroy them. Let's get further down, then we can deal with it.
What just happened?
Yeah, I just lost the
Crashed.
roll 20 string.
I just lost
Yeah.
the phone.
Yeah, me too. It crashed on my end, and I think it crashed for everybody.
Yep.
Ah.
So, Cyril, you're still concentrating on haste for
Yeah, it's good.
Midge.
Correct, yeah.
Why don't
It's
why don't I just go down to the bottom of the stairs and see what's there, and then report back, just to see what it looks like, what's down there, and then I'll come back since we're
yeah,
waiting.
make the most of the haste as we have it, yeah.
Is that okay, guys?
I'm happy with
Yeah,
that.
fine.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
All
And
right.
the rest of us
Midge,
can wait here in case the Nero does respawn.
Midge runs down to the bottom of the stairs.
Very well. Let me bring you to the next map, Midge.
Just gonna stare at this gold.
Just stare at the
I
gold.
thought the were-rats took it with them. I recall
No,
you saying that.
They ran away.
Okay.
The last one ran away in fear, and he
Okay.
took a chunk of the gold with him. How much he could carry,
Okay.
but
Okay.
very well. Let me describe to you, Midge, what you see on the other side.
I'm on a black screen for right now. If you weren't aware.
Yes, not anymore.
There we go.
Very well. Midge,
Ooh.
on the other side, you see that you are no longer in the same structure as before. In here, you don't have polished stone walls. You have a roughly cut cave that seem to have been that seem to be already outside of the structure of the ziggurat. It seems that this is already reaching underneath the buried ziggurat. That's your impression. There are two
Okay,
holes
can I-
that are draped in sagging blankets of slime that punctuate the floor of this unfinished chamber. The walls are riddled with oozing cracks, bear murals of humanoids in mourning. Rusty mining tools lie strewn about. As you look across this room, there is a double door at the end, and you can hear the sounds of chanting coming from that side. And from the far north of this room, there are still some walls here that seem to have been worked on, like extensions of this ziggurat or attempts, but this seems very much a work in progress, this section of the dungeon. What would you like to do, Midge?
So my first question is, if I can run like an intelligence or wisdom check to assume that the Nira can't create mirrors on these cave walls, or that it is bound to the ziggurat proper, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to determine that down here in the cave, because we're not in the ziggurat, the Nira cannot travel to this location.
Roll an investigation, Red Midge.
Okay. And I roll that as Midge.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a 15.
Midge, you think that based on the description of what you heard from your colleagues, it seems that the mirror could potentially travel anywhere in the multiverse from the mirror space.
Okay.
That said, you do not think that it would be able to summon a mirror-like surface like it did in the walls upstairs on these roughly shaped walls, but it could definitely do it on the floor because the floor is polished enough.
Got it. Okay, Midge will return back upstairs.
Very well. And
You're cutting in and out, Legend.
okay. And you're back upstairs.
Got it. I need to use the restroom, but Midge will relay what she discovered to the rest of them. If you could do that for me, and then you guys discuss.
Very well.
if that's okay.
In fact, Red Midge, let's take your cue and let's do a quick bio break before you guys start the next section of the dungeon. Seems like a good timing to have a bio break. And
Okay.
and here we have it, another piece of street art.
It's like a tattoo.
Zoom it out.
Yes.
Why do I have no teeth?
I got wrinkles for my eyes.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's art, guys. It's just how you are perceived by some artists. They street ones, apparently. All right.
Ronaldo has those veneers.
We'll be back in 10-15 minutes, folks, to continue our adventure.
Sweet.
Very well. Is everybody back?
Yeah, I'm back.
I am.
All right. Midge?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Yep, I'm here.
Very well. Very well. All right. So yeah, I've been looking at this image and I've been thinking how the artist tried to, make a social critic about the frivolity of unlife, and how death is not really the end of all the shallowness of life. You see, you can see in the naive and gullible faces in this image. What do you guys think?
I'm just wondering what George Washington is doing hanging out with these evil beings.
Oh yeah, I'm on the platinum coin. Just you wait.
I think that Pretty Cyril would have had teeth.
Well,
I think Midge would be shorter.
You never know what happened.
Midge, yeah,
before
Midge
this.
definitely would be shorter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just standing on someone.
Yeah, Midge always bring a soapbox that she can stand on top every time there's a picture moment, so she doesn't feel like a mascot. Very well.
Yes.
All right, let me bring you guys back to where Midge told you, hey, there's more cave down there.
Yes.
Solid.
And any moment now. It's not going. Did you move for you? Did you move the map for you guys?
No.
No, we're still looking at the
It's
paintings.
just still on the artwork.
Fun times.
Yeah.
Please refresh
Refresh.
the page. Yes.
Yeah.
While we get back to the thing, I just want to say that Drazolf has at this point opened up his portable hole and is using Mage Hand to shovel all the gold into it.
Very well. Hey! So, is that nasty creature away? Are we ready to go? Midge, did you see the obelisk?
No, but there's down below is definitely underneath. It's just nothing. It looks like a big cave with slime, and I heard a bunch of chanting.
Oh, I see. So it's kind of a spa day for our friend Drazov. If only Drazov was here. Wink, wink.
Nudge.
Maybe he would be able to enjoy.
And
shall-
Falsnera gives no response to this, just coyly continuing to just shovel coins into the portable hole.
Doesn't break character. Very well. The haste is gone at this point. So is the sanctuary. And remind me the duration of that Hasbro.
1 hour.
Very well. The Hasbro is still around.
How many charisma saves does he get in it so far?
Needs to do 1 per turn.
Yep.
Okay. Roll 10 d20s for us. What is the modifier?
It's got a +1 charisma modifier, and the DC is 23.
Very well.
They've all
Still
failed.
under your control.
All right. So it's just
Nice.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very well. And you got all that gold. Let's see how much gold you've got. 236 gold pieces. Wow.
We're in the money.
To the hole.
We're in the
And-
money.
And 46 platinum.
Oh.
Nice.
Chicling.
And that's all gonna be just drenched in honey. And speaking of which, while I'm at it, he's gonna stow his staff and extract the spare staff out of the hole. So the staff that he is now holding is also just drenched in magical honey.
I see.
Wild.
Oh, you're not kidding. You're actually putting honey on everything?
Well, I put I put that beehive that we found like a couple sessions back into the magical, like into the portable hole. So now, as a result, everything that goes in the hole comes out drenched in honey.
Oh.
That's just not. It's not a thing that I'm doing on purpose. It's just a thing that is now happening. Apparently,
I have to say, I just feel slightly uncomfortable describing trays of sticky hole.
yeah.
So
I don't
let's
feel
just
good
move
about it
on
either.
let's just move on from there.
Yes. Let's.
I think all of us can agree that
Your
that is not a
your
topic of
words,
conversation.
your words, not ours.
I think we can all agree that's not a topic of conversation. Let's just move on from that. And let's go. Where are you guys going? Next floor?
Downstairs.
Very well.
Well, have we seen anything through the mirrors yet?
No. You just see yourselves. They behave like normal mirrors.
Okie dokie.
I assume you leave the mirrors there? Because you miss your friend, Danera?
I think if we're gonna be moving on, I'm gonna tell the Hezrel to break them on like before we head down.
Very well. Very well. By the way, Drazov, what is your name when as a Nera? Or you don't have one?
As Nira, I don't have a like name as a Nira, but I'm still pretending for like I'm still pretending for the party that I am Necrolumpa.
I see.
Just
is
in the
Hezro-
guise of a Nira.
Is the Hasbro going with you?
Yeah, once it's done breaking those mirrors.
Oh.
Also, I'm
it's
still
going to
seeing
break the mirrors. Very well. Very well. I've missed
Yeah.
that part.
Also, I'm still seeing the "You'll be right back"
You
artwork.
gotta,
Oh my
you
god.
gotta refresh the
Refresh,
page on your
sure.
side.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And the 3 mirrors are destroyed. Doesn't need much.
Fantastic. Cyril's gonna look to Red Mage and is gonna say, "Well, you went down first. I suppose it's most fitting that you lead the way again."
Can I get my volume to turn down?
To turn down, yeah, should be able to.
Yeah, sorry. The mirror breaking is, yeah, tough for me to in my ears. All right, so Midge goes down.
Cyril closely follows.
Drezov's gonna go after that.
Greek will follow next.
And and then I'm gonna remember the Hezrao and command it to follow as well.
Get your hobzombly.
We need to find a way to refer to the fake Nera, so we know we're not talking about just in case the creature returns. I suggest we call him Robert.
I like
Robert
that.
De Niro.
Bobby for short. I like that. Robert De Niro. Perfect.
It's too good to. It's too good. Not to use. Okay.
There's no arguing. It's committed.
Very well. So, Midge, roll a perception check as you are ahead with the Hasbro, entering this cave room. And Midge, as you look at the end of the room, you can see through the double doors, and they are more like bar doors, like cell doors, and you can see through it. And I'll describe in a second what you see on the other side. The first thing you've noticed is that walking in the ceiling of this cave is a black pudding. It's about 25 feet high, and it's kind of a
Fantastic.
it's kind of dripping down a little bit from the ceiling. Beyond the double bar doors at the end of the room, I assume you can see from where you are, right?
Yeah.
Very well. Where you see several robed cultists chanting within this ritual chamber. Each wear a horned golden mask with 4 metallic tentacles sprouting from its chin. The cultists gather around this black marble altar, supported by 6 sculpted tentacles. A 12th cultist, I guess there's 11 around. There's a 12th cultist on top of the altar that convulses, and it seems to be levitating in the air on top of the altar as the others chant. You see the ropes, you see their what you expect to be an arm moving, and you even see the masks seem to be fulfilled, and you see the movements of heads. However, you do not see bodies. It seems the clothes and the vestments are empty. And you keep hearing this cultist chant. And like rope is floating, and it seems to be doing it's convulsing or is contorting with the body. You can't really tell, but there is something about it that seems familiar, Midge. roll an investigation check. Midge, the way this cultist is contorting, I think the only way you could really describe that, I mean, the word that comes to mind is erratic. It reminds you of Drazov, or now known as Robert, trying to imitate how an era moves, and it seems like that the contorting, convulsing cultists levitating mid-air above an altar of black marble seems to be naturally starting to imitate the movements of an era.
Midge will first point at the black pudding.
Hey, did someone order pudding?
And she'll point up. And then she will say,
And also, those guys are breakdancing through those doors.
All right.
Breakdance.
This seems to be Robert's territory. Robert, can you talk to your friends, these slimes, and get the path clear? I don't know what those cultists are doing, but based on what the other ones did by summoning a Nera, it has something to do with theirs.
All right. I'll respond with again telepathic communication that's gonna feel like broken glass against your brain. I'll see what I can do. And let's see, what's the distance on this? Oh, hey, this grade is smaller than the last one. That's helpful. All right, so I'm gonna just misty step to here. And just sort of awkwardly move in the general direction of the pudding as I then continue on by. And let's check the... Okay, yeah. So... Oh, wait, are these doors closed?
The doors are closed, yes.
Okay, then I get to the doors and I try to push them open.
Roll performance.
Or pull them open.
Let's see how good you are at being bad at dancing.
Can I get a advantage on this because I have a parasite or a symbiotic ooze inside me to like help convince this black pudding?
Well,
is it the black pudding that I'm rolling to convince, or
you're rolling to convince not just the black pudding but also the dozen cultists in the room ahead of you?
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Because they can see you. The moment you reach the top of those stairs, they can see you.
Wait, but didn't you just say the doors are still closed?
They're closed, yes. I just removed them out of the map because they're covering your token, but they're closed. And someone join us, and it's Ronaldo! Ronaldo, say hello to our audience. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling tonight.
Sorry I'm late, but glad to finally be here. You know, sometimes life happens.
Very well, and sometimes unlife happens as well, and...
we're dead. What are you on about? Life.
Yes.
So,
Come join us in this slimy cave.
yes, he
Oh, my
finishes.
favorite kind of cave.
He finishes tying up his shoes and comes down into this cave. Very well. And Robert is ahead. Ronaldo. He's.
I did hear that part. Robert De Niro. Very
yes,
good.
And he's ahead. Robert, roll performance for us.
Yep. All right.
I mean, you convinced the black pudding, but I wouldn't count that as a victory. Those creatures are not very smart. But the cultists are not very convinced that you are in fact a Nera.
Wait. So my roles when I'm trying to convince the Nera that I'm a Nera are bad if they are good, but when I'm trying to convince people that I'm a Nera are bad when they're bad.
No. The difficulty here is 5, which means you gotta roll a 5 or below to convince that you are.
Oh wow. Okay.
A 9.
Yikes.
A 9 is still
So
pretty
it's
high.
still too good. Okay,
Yes.
that's yikes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to open the door.
Very well.
See what happens.
You push through the doors and they slam open. They were not locked. And yes, in the room ahead, you see the scene I described: a dozen cultists performing this wicked ritual, and in the middle of the ritual, there is an altar, and you hear the one in the middle saying, "I've been chosen. I've been chosen. Praise the Returner! Praise!" And he's convulsing and contorting, while the rest of the cultists continue to shout and continue to chant. You've noticed that his eyes are starting to grow white. And his skin is becoming more and more pale, almost glistening. You can all click on your tokens and roll initiative.
Can I make an Arcana check to
Absolutely, go
see
ahead.
if I can? I mean, I think what's going on is pretty obvious, but
Is it?
I just want to make sure that my character can understand it.
Very
Or
well.
does understand it. It's a 32.
Yeah. You've seen your fair share of discussing and foul rituals, and you arrive at the conclusion that this is a transmutation ritual, and that this chanting, all this chanting, is trying to turn the cultist in the center in yet another Nera.
Yep, that's about what I thought.
By your knowledge, because that's a 32, a respectful 32, by your knowledge of foul arcana stuff and all the occult knowledge you carry with you, you've determined that this cult is probably near this ritual is probably near the end, and that it should be done perhaps in 20 seconds max, and when it's done, you're gonna have a double problem. You're gonna have a Nera in front of you and a Nera that is reforming in the mirror plane that hasn't forgot you guys. So if you thought one Nera was fun, 2 Neras is twice the fun.
Your definition of fun is very skewed here, Legend. Stressing out.
Very well.
I'm not seeing the initiative thing, and I just
Me
reloaded.
neither.
That is because.
Oh, there it is.
First of all, the initiative didn't clear. Second of all, Roll20 decided to stop working, and Roll20, if you are watching this, this is kind of a live demo of your product. I have a customer complaint. It just looks really bad when we are in the middle of a live stream, and your mod library API sandbox starts to give an error of infinite loop, and all my macros stop working. Yeah. You guys can click on your tokens and roll initiative. While I'm trying to troubleshoot, Roll20. I feel like they should have a 24/7 number for this kind of stuff.
Do you want us to roll again, or?
I'll add you to
Okay.
So that 20
Waste of nat 20.
Damn.
It looks like
Ronaldo, they're through this door. They're past the pudding.
Get those eyes checked, Ronaldo.
For the heads roll another 10 to 20 points.
Oh, right.
I continue to try and troubleshoot the infinite loop problem of Roll20.
Wait,
How much time's
10d20?
passed, Legend, since Red Mage has been present?
I'm gonna call 5 minutes. I'm gonna call 1 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay.
There you go.
nice.
Terrible size.
Well, the Hazrael continues to fail all of its charisma saves, so it's still.
What was his initiative?
Oh, right. I forgot to roll initiative.
You're a little bit robotic, Legend. I'm not sure if it's just for me.
Wow. Hazrael got an initiative of 21.
Okay. How about now? Am I still robotic?
Yeah, much better. Much
Okay.
better.
Much better.
Yeah, it's because of the sound filter. All right. So Robert, how much did you roll for your initiative?
15.
15. Hazroll? 21.
Hazrael got a 21.
Red Midge?
23.
23. Cyril?
25.
25. Ronaldo?
9.
Oof.
Very well. Welcome back.
More.
Ronaldo.
9.
And Creek?
9.
19.
19. Very well.
Also, shouldn't I have my hob zombie with me?
Yeah, I can bring your hob zombie. I mean, he's a bit slow.
Thank you.
He's alright.
He'll just share my initiative.
The joys of being a new undead. Don't know how slow you are for the first while.
What's going on?
Zombie.
Alright. Let's see if this works now. And does it work? Tell me it works. It works! Alright, my macros work. Alright, very well. Whew. All I needed was a little maintenance song. Alright. So you see, folks, the way to troubleshoot Roll20 is to have a maintenance song that you can just play in the background, and things just go back to normal naturally. And with that, Cyril, you are again at the top of the initiative. You know, for someone who arrives always late, Cyril, you are certainly very fast at the start of combat. I mean,
It's
if
ironic
it only
because
applied
I'm
to
also
every area of your life.
I'm extremely slow as well. 20 speed. We'll leave that. Would Robert have told the rest of us the?
Oh yes, Robert Thanira has relayed all of this telepathically to you. Or actually, let me double check the distance. He. Nope, because you're too far away. You've only got 60 feet of telepathy. You're all too far away.
This is problematic.
Except for the only one close enough is Ezreal, and Ezreal is a freaking idiot.
Damn it.
Well, Midge can see, so she would relay what she saw.
Yeah.
I can see as well.
All right, that works.
Yeah.
Would we be able to deduce that they're making a ritual? Is my main question, because I can see all.
Well, I said they were break.
You did Arcana checks together with Drazo.
I actually never rolled one. I'll just roll one quickly here.
No, Midge didn't either.
Okay.
Mine is a 22.
Okay. You can tell it's a ritual that is doing something to the guy in the middle, and you can tell it's a transmutation ritual. Midge, you have no clue what's going on. You just think the guy in the middle is learning how to dance bad.
Just breakdancing.
Yes.
Oh, brilliant. Okay. So I will fly my 60 feet to here, and seeing this, Cyril is going to grit his teeth, frustrated at his inability to be able to help the group with the near earlier on, and is going to cast a level 8 fireball.
Well, Cyril,
Subtle spells.
First of all,
Oh.
I forgot to roll an initiative for the Black Pudding. Second of all, as you just flew underneath the Black Pudding, I will have to ask you to please roll a dex save. As the moment you've passed underneath, that thing just flops up in the air like a pancake and falls from the ceiling. Let's see if it catches you or not.
Okay. That is a 28.
Very well. He doesn't, and he hits the ground. And it's now on the ground, moving around. It kind of reminds you of Drazo. Go ahead, Cyril. Continue with your turn.
Disgusting.
Real quick, I want to interject that as soon as you come within range, you feel Robert Thanira shouting in your brain, "Take out the one in the middle. It's turning into another Nira."
Oh, okay. So I'll cast a subtle spell fireball.
Subtle
Right
spell
there.
fireball. Very well.
Just in case. Just in case.
Just in case.
8. Yeah, I don't trust you anymore, Legend. At 8th level for a Dex 20 save for 40 points of damage.
Oh boy.
That's a lot of saves.
Yes.
Good thing you have a macro
apologize.
for that, Legend.
Yes, I do.
Thank-
And I'm happy the macros are working because otherwise we would need 10 minutes. So yes, it's a DC 20. Guess what? Only the one in the middle passed. All the other ones failed.
Okay.
And for all the ones that failed, they're all dead.
Solid.
Fantastic.
Solid.
Just
There goes the
like
ritual.
that. They're all incinerated
work.
into a pile of dust, but the one in the middle, there is a fun thing that happens when he passes
Oh,
his
gosh.
check. You, Cyril, you gotta do a DC 20 dex saving throw as a fireball explodes right there on your face.
Mira.
Does it hit the black pudding too?
He does.
God. That is a nat 20. Let's go.
Excellent. So you take half a damage, and the black pudding takes full damage.
And is that half damage of what I cast? So 20.
Yes, 20.
Perfect.
20 points of fire
And-
damage. You have resistance to fire? No?
I do actually.
Yeah.
I do actually. Thank you. So 10
So you
points
take 10.
damage.
Very well.
Nice.
Oh, wait.
Nice.
Does it catches Robert? It does catch
Depends on how-
Robert. Let me see. It looks
wait.
like
It's
it
reflected
catches
back, Robert.
No, misses him by half a
yeah,
foot.
Robert.
just barely short.
Very well, Robert. It almost catches you. All right.
I think that yeah. Okay.
The one in the middle is still seem to be going through some sort of transformation, but he doesn't seem to be moving as erratically and convulsing as much as he was before the chanting being interrupted. So perhaps he's returning to normal. Also, you see him slowly lowering down from his levitating status onto the altar. So, Cyril, what else would you like to do?
I'm actually. 2 seconds. I'm just reading. I'm actually going to use a quicken spell to cast polymorph on him as well.
Polymorph. Excellent.
Polymorph, and hope that because he's not a true mirror yet, he will not reflect this. We shall see.
What are you
which
trying
is
to
a-
turn him into?
Let's go with the classic abysmal chicken, please.
Abyssal chicken. Okay, very well.
Which is a DC 20 wisdom.
And he passes with a dirty
Oh.
20.
Damn.
And because he passed, Cyril, let me ask you to roll a wisdom save DC 20.
I mean, look,
So you
it was
don't
a
turn
fun
into an
idea.
abyssal chicken.
It was a fun idea. That's a 24.
Excellent. You suddenly feel that you suddenly feel like an urge of eating like a warm hamburger or something like that, or perhaps a warm spaghetti, but it goes away very fast.
All of a sudden, Cyril like sticks his head straight to the ground as if he's pecking some insects, and he just snaps his head back, and he's like, "Whoa!" And to end my turn, he's just going to shout back at Red Midge. He's going to shout back at Red Midge. The ritual is slow, but he's still transforming. Can you inform the others? can't quite see them, and we know what they're like and how deaf they can be. I mean, Ronaldo can't even see these days, and Creek, who knows? I'm sure he'll try and get an autograph off this pudding.
Do you want me to say all of that to them, or just tell them what's going on?
Just the important bits.
Yeah, you kind of went off for there, a little personal with a couple of those things. I'm not sure they'd appreciate that.
So Midge relays that that the guy's turning into a Nira and the ritual husband slowed.
Very well. And Midge, what would you like to do?
Yo, sir. First thing is I didn't use this with the Nira because I just didn't. The black. Let's see, is that 120? How far it is? Yep, the black pudding and this guy here need to roll a wisdom save, please. DC 18 wisdom save, or be
Both of
frightened
them?
of Midge.
What is the radius of that?
Yeah, 120 feet.
Wow. Very well. I guess. Let me just double check something. Yeah, the pudding isn't scared of shit. But a cultist. The cultist is afraid of you, Red Midge.
Okay, fantastic. That helps. And then 4 creatures that I can see. Let's do Creek, Ronaldo, Cyril, and so everybody except for Vokar and Hob Zombie all have advantage until my next turn.
Thank you.
Sweet.
On attacks, is it?
On attacks till my next turn. Let's see. Last week, Midge said,
Once more onto the breach.
this time she'll say,
It's time for a dance-off. Don't let him beat you.
I roll performance.
By all means.
Oh yeah! Look at these bones go.
and then Midge is going to move, and she's going to use her full movement and dash to the base of the stairs. To right there.
Very well. And Midge, when you arrive at the base of these stairs, you've noticed there's another set of double doors with the same type of bars but going further into the cave, and there's one to the north and one to the south.
Okay.
And with that, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, can I make like a perception or anything to see, to deduce anything else? Or am I just seeing the doors and that's it?
Right now, you just see the doors. You don't have any clue of what is beyond by the angle of your sight.
Okay.
There.
All right, then that will complete Mitch's turn.
Very well. And what is the Hasroll doing? Oh yes, did you roll the? Oh, you did. You rolled a 10d20, right, for the Hasroll?
Yeah, that was a while back. Yeah, it failed all of them again.
Okay.
And Robert De Niro has been screaming in the Hezrel's mind, go and hit the one in the middle of the room. basically, since he got to the doorway, since that was the only one he could reach range psychically. And the Hezral, not being the smartest of creatures, sees the black pudding in the middle of the room and just gonna bum rush it.
Oh, because you weren't specific. That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be let's see, with multi-attack, that's a bite and 2 claws.
Very well.
Do any of those hit? That's a 12, a 22, and a 9.
Yes, they all hit. The armor class of a black pudding is 7.
All right.
Pretty easy to hit.
Oh yeah.
7. Jesus.
And oh, damn. Okay. Unfortunately, they're immune to slashing, and only one of those was anything other than slashing.
Yes.
All right, so it takes 9 piercing damage to start with.
It takes
and
9
then
points
the other
of
2
piercing
attacks.
damage. However, those were 3 successful attacks, which mean the Hezral takes 3d8 acid damage back for 6 points of acid damage.
Okay, and oh wait, no, he's got a thing for this because. Oh no, that's a different demon. Sorry, I'm getting my demons mixed up. All right, how much was that?
6.
Okay, have you already applied that to the token, or
Yes.
do I need
Yes.
to do that? Okay, very good. Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, that those slashing attacks cause the pudding to split into smaller versions of itself.
You would need to be a little bit more damage.
Well,
It
black
didn't
pudding
split,
is immune to slashing damage.
but not to piercing.
Right, but I mean, when it's hit with a slashing attack, it has a reaction that causes it to split, even though it doesn't take damage.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to skip that, I'm happy to have it stay in one piece. But
No, you won't split.
okay, all right.
It doesn't necessarily need to use the reaction. So, but in any case,
Okay.
it's not that stat block that I'm using. And by the way,
Yeah, Legend doesn't use standard stat blocks. Yeah.
by the way,
Oh, gotcha. It's a fancy pudding.
By the way, that advantage that you had, I'm afraid I have to take that blue dot out of you because you're looking at a stat block during a combat. You get disadvantage on top of your advantage.
Wait, what now?
Trouble.
Little
Oh,
Do
decorum
you know that stat
memo.
block, or were you looking at it?
You metagamed a little bit.
No. Oh, okay. All right.
You
Before
crossed
long.
the sacred line of metagaming and looked
That
into
is
a most
that is a
stat
stat block. That is a stat block that I have up as a part of my character thing
All that is
because
true.
my
Yes.
As we know.
character, whenever my character dies because of my Kirsten's ooze, I am consumed by a black pudding.
True. Grayzoff is so well acquainted with black oozes. Ah.
Whenever I
Very well.
bring up the things tabs for Drazolf, that's one of the tabs that I have open so that I can I wasn't trying to metagame by checking
Very
that.
well.
I just
Very well. You,
Granted,
I would say that's general. I agree. That's knowledge that he would have because of his.
we fought
His nature.
Drazol twice, and it's already split in half before.
Very
yeah.
well. because it's in your extra stab. I'm not gonna give you disinspiration. I'm just going to remove the advantage.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I didn't give advantage to the Hezru, so he shouldn't have it anyway.
Oh, to the Hezru? No, I removed from Robert.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Wait. Did Robert have advantage?
Yeah, you got it from.
Oh,
from Red
right.
Mage.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'm fine with that.
No, but he's not. He shouldn't take it away from him.
Oh,
Because-
I applied a mitigant. It was going to be a more severe punishment, like a full session of
okay.
disinspiration.
Got it. But you modified it because it's part of his character build.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's. I understand.
All right. So is that the end of the Hezro's turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Very well. Creek, what would you like to do?
Alright, as a bonus action, I'll do my Shrieking Greaves and activate it so I get advantage on Dex and double speed.
Nice.
That was my screen.
And what I'll do
I'm turning down my volume because I don't want someone to do the sound effect.
Oh, okay.
Which sound effect?
His shrieking greaves. His greaves just screamed.
Oh,
No,
yes.
No, not activate the shrieking effect. Activate the effect that increases my speed. It's when I get frightened, they shriek, but we're immune to
okay.
frightened, so good luck with that.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. But if they were to shriek, they'd be like, I've managed.
So committal. So committal. No.
Charlie.
No.
Look,
Charlie the Unicorn. Oh my God. You guys remember Charlie the Unicorn?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Come with us. Come to the Candyland.
Come on, Charlie.
When you're on a lich that can't be frightened, those boots have lost their enthusiasm to scream.
No.
That's great. All right.
Oh,
Action.
the good old days of YouTube. Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah.
Yes, folks,
That
if
is
you
ancient history.
haven't watched Charlie the Unicorn, do so. It's worth your time.
That's my action, Tensor's transformation.
Very well. Very well.
And then
You
I
gain
will
50
move.
temporary hit points.
Yep. Proficiency in strength and con, attacking twice,
Yes.
extra force.
Very well.
I will move over here. Is this green stuff able to walk on, or what is this green stuff?
So the green stuff is this slime on the ground that seems to be bubbling, like bloop, 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 bloop. But you can't. It just seems like a puddle of slime, for all you can tell.
Creek with his acrobatics and performance, could I jump and try to slide across it like Blades of Fury or something like that? See if I can ice skate across the goo.
You want to parkour across the goo? I skate
Yes.
across the goo.
Slide across it, because I think I can just stand like a slip and slide, when you're like.
Excellent, by all means.
Parkour.
So I roll performance or acrobatics?
Oh, you
Just
roll. You roll a
water slide it.
You roll a DC 25 athletics check.
Athletics.
Yes.
All right. How does the 7 sound?
You'd have to get a nat 20 to get 25.
You attempt to slide through this slime puddle, but instead you sink in it, and you are sucked into it, into a hole, and you are shoot out of this hole, and you fall prone as you fall out of this hole into a complete different room and chamber of this cave.
I like how Cyril just said, "Hey Cyril, watch this." What? No!
Just gone.
And Creek,
Guess that's my turn.
Let me describe to you what you see on the other side. So in that room, there are 12 very uncomfortable bunk beds. They seem sticky and freckled with mold. They're lined, the mold also lined the walls of these sleeping quarters. Beneath 4 of the beds hang throbbing cocoons of stringy slime. There's a chest that rests at the foot of each bed. And you can see that there are also some slime under some of the beds, and they see some like cocoons like with the similar color of the slime you just dove into. Oh, by the way, you're very sticky and slimy yourself.
And I'm in my jester outfit. I just realized that. I could just, I'm gonna have to clean this off later.
Oh yeah. So there are 4 of these clammy cocoons that seem like they are inflating. And I mean, if you poke them with something sharp, they could burst just like a balloon. That's the impression you get.
I guess that'll end my turn as Creek is on the ground here in this slimy room.
Yes, and you are prone, of course.
Legend, I just realized I never rolled concentration checks for the damage when the Nira exploded.
Please do.
Do you want me to do those?
Yes, by all means.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
You just want to do one, or you want to do multiple?
You can do. Yeah, it was two times you took damage, but the DC standing both times, so that's fine. Should be. You're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to be cool.
Very well. And Craig, if that's the end of your turn, Robert, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna Misty Step forward. Check the distance there. Boop. Okay, so Misty Step forward and then walk up the rest of the distance. And he's now like back down on the table, right?
Yeah, he's about.
Or is he still hovering above
He's
it?
still hovering, but something like 2-3 feet above the altar.
Okay. Well, with like jerking spasmodic motions, I'm going to place my hand over his mouth while I psychically or telepathically communicate to him. Shh. It's all right. I'm here to help.
Because he's still convulsing, not as fast as before, but he's still convulsing. Roll an athletics or acrobatics to try for a grapple check to try and grab his mouth.
Let's go with wow, both of those are gonna suck because of my all right, yeah, let's go with acrobatics.
Very
it's
well.
gonna suck slightly less.
Okay,
Nice,
you've
something.
managed. You've managed to grab him by his mouth.
But this is actually gonna be a spell attack, melee spell attack.
Very well.
Because as I'm reassuring him psychically and putting my hand over his mouth, I'm sucking the life out of him.
Very well. Very well, Drazov.
Or at least trying to. Let's see how that goes.
28 will hit. And
Alright. Rolling for damage. It's 25.
Very well. And he says, and he looks into you and he says, Zargon will come for you. And he falls onto the table. And just like a dry tomato under the sun, he just dries up of the necrotic damage and suddenly shrinks into just clothes. And there is only a mask and empty clothes on top of the altar. And with that, he's gone. And it seems that you interrupted the ritual. However, there's still a black pudding in the previous room. What else would you like to do, Robert?
Well, first of all, I get back 12 of those hit points.
Yes.
As I killed him with Vampiric Touch. So I'm gonna do that first. And I'm not sure there's really much else I can do. I've already used my bonus action, move action, and magic action. So, yeah, I think that's going to do it for me. I'm going to turn around and just take a step away from the table and survey the scene.
All right.
And that'll be my turn.
And with that, the black pudding flops up in the air and turns itself into a pancake and attempts to encapsulate the Hasroll. To reach it, roll a nat 20. And it covers the Hasroll completely. Just like a sheet. And the Hasroll will take 46 points of acid damage plus 14 points of bludgeoning for a total of 60 points of damage from this attack.
Does this bludgeoning count as magic? Is this magical bludgeoning?
No, it's not. It's not.
Okay, because it has resistance to non-magical bludgeoning.
Okay, so in that case, it takes 53 points of damage, and it's blinded and restrained as it's encapsulated by the black pudding.
It's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, it can attempt to escape, but as long as it remains that way, the black pudding at the start of if it's still like that at the end of its turn, it takes acid damage, and at the start of its turn, the black pudding can automatically give acid damage as well, because it's digesting your Hasroll.
Gotcha.
And it's now Volkar's turn, and he will fly 60 feet into the room. Oh wow! That's a nice black pudding. Very well. Well, you guys clean this up really fast. Does anyone need heals?
I'm not looking too bad, but if there's one going, I won't say no, Volker.
Well, I am right next to you, and I do love some healing.
Oh, he already flew away from you. He's already
Volker! It's been a while.
Shout down the corridor. Ronaldo, I told you, check those eyes.
And
Jeez.
is that a touch?
You know, the zombies also like.
Let me see. you are out of range, Ronaldo, but he can't fix Zero.
It's okay. I'm not super. I'll be fine.
So there you go.
Thanks.
Very well, Zero. Out of my self-sacrifice, I heal you. Don't ever call me a narcissistic lich. I am very altruistic. You are welcome. And you heal for 32, while Volkar takes 16 points of damage.
Don't worry, Volkar. Once you're out of this, I'll get you some more soul candies to suck on. As payment for your kind gesture.
Oh, do you know where they find those? They have some good smugglers in Nine Hells that can get it. Perhaps you can talk with your poker friends.
I wouldn't call them friends, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Very well. And with that, he's going to cast Sanctuary on himself to conclude the turn. And that's the end of his turn. And with that, Ronaldo, what would you like to do?
All right. First of all, this little blue spot. What's that? Like concentration or something?
No, that is advantage.
Okay. What about the wings?
The wing is Death Ward.
Nice. Okay. All right. Ronaldo's just gonna scooch down a little bit here. That's it. And then he's gonna bonus action cast Spiritual Weapon at 4th level to summon that ivory white mace bleeding blood red petals again and he will summon it right over to strike at the pudding.
Very well.
And then I guess I'll roll again because I have advantage for attack, that is. Where'd it go? All right, 22 to hit. I assume that hits.
Yes. It's an AC of 7.
All right, that will be 11 force damage.
Very well.
But then for the main attack, he will, let me just pull it up. He's going to reach into his pockets and bring out several seeds of moonseed plant and a piece of opalescent feldspar, it says here, as he casts, and he says, for my lady, I think it's your time for the spotlight. And he's going to cast Moonbeam. It is, I'm assuming it's good at Constitution, but I mean, I think it'll be worth it if he fails, because it's a continuous attack. Constitution 19 save, or else he'll take half damage if he succeeds.
It failed.
Nice. So he takes 27 radiant damage.
Very well. And as it does, the black pudding dries up and turns and cracks and crumbles out of the Hasbro. And with that, you guys are out of initiative.
Oh shoot! There are no like cultists left or anything, or the Nira.
No cultists left. Well, there is one Nira left. His name is Robert.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was an actual other Nira. I just wasted a 4th and 6th level spell on nothing.
Well, I'll quickly get up and walk around for a bit. And
Robert the Nira has already turned back to the half-transformed cultist, pulled out a knife, and is dissecting him on the slab.
That is
Speaking
not
of dissection,
they're only empty clothes, and a mask.
Integrated.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Wait, even that last one, the one that was.
Yeah. There's nothing left.
Okay, never
Only
mind
the
then.
clothes remain. Creek.
Legend, can I carefully dissect this one, or like not like pierce through it, but like slash the outside of it? I'm curious what the pulsating, pod has.
So there is one pulsating here, one there, and one there. Which one you want to
my bad.
attempt to burst?
I will try to burst this as I look. Everyone says, "Get back!" I'll go pop.
You look at everyone. It's just you. You're the only one there.
I look behind. I don't see anyone, and then I try popping it. Carefully popping
just
this
like-
one.
Peering through the window in the door, just staring at Creek, poking his.
Look, I have slime all over me right now. It's hard to see with all this.
Very well. You gotta roll. Do you have to roll? You gotta roll something here. Yes. You gotta roll a Dex saving throw, DC 15.
Oh, good thing I have
As
advantage
this
right now.
thing bursts.
21.
Nice.
Very well. And just like that, the little thing just goes and explodes on you, but nothing touches you, and the slimes just touches the ground, and you notice that it's very corrosive when it touches the ground. Cyril, you can open that door. It's not locked. The gate just slides open, and as it bursts, as the slime bursts, there's nothing more that you see here in terms of under this bed. Just something strange.
I guess I'll look at the treasure chest then, just in case.
All right,
Very well.
hang on. People kind of just start running ahead. Can I finish my turn before we start flipping off to a million changes?
By all means.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
So last session, Ronaldo was released from the mirror, and then we went immediately into combat, didn't finish it, and then unfortunately I missed the first half of the session. So I just wanted to quickly ask, after coming back from the mirror realm, is Ricardo reunited with us? Like, can Ronaldo have gone fetched Ricardo so he's not just abandoned in the middle of this labyrinth?
Ricardo
Like, where
is all the way back in, I think it was the first or the second level of this dungeon. You guys are on the 5th. Also, the way you came down here was by falling into traps that dropped you in the lowest, in the next lowest level. So there was no obvious straightforward way, because if you fall into a trapdoor, once you pass through, the trapdoor just closes up above you. So there was no obvious way to return to get Ricardo. That's why Ricardo is not here.
Okay. Just needed to clarify that before planning ahead.
Another level of difficulty is that the only reason you've passed through the defenses of the dungeon, a lot of them, a lot of the denizens in here ignored you because you were with Robert, and they thought you were just, denizens of the dungeon from a different area of the dungeon following the Guardian or something like that.
Okay, cool. So I know what I want to, how I can get him back. A little later, gonna wait. I'm just gonna say that for now, like wherever Ricardo is at, he's just playing it safe and hiding somewhere.
Yes, he's with Lichtum. Remember Lichtum?
No, I remember. It's just I also remember that he's not coming back. So
Forgotten that man.
as much as I'd like him to come back, I mean, I don't know.
Well, the character is
Like he
still
goes back as an
somewhere.
NPC.
The character is still somewhere in the dungeon. So
he's still looked after, taken care of.
yes. I mean, I guess you guys shouldn't have made fun of the fact that he still has a nose. Shame on you.
Absolutely what we make fun of the legend. Come on.
Just the
I
way
was the
we
first
feel
one to
for
start.
the way
Yeah,
we
we
feel
learn
about
from
Vecna
somewhere.
is how he feels.
Very well. So Ronaldo, you don't have Ricardo, but you have, I mean, the next best thing, which is Hop Zombie.
Yeah, probably an upgrade since he doesn't whine so much or sulk so much. He just kind of groans. All right, I'm good. I just want to catch up with people.
Very well. So, to the north, you guys see the bedding, the room full of beddings and bunk beds. Creek, roll perception to open the chests. To the south,
got it.
let me describe what you see to the south.
Not 20.
Excellent. You get inspiration. To the south,
Someone else want it?
you see Red Midge as you approach that gate there. That gate is locked. It's not like the other ones. It has a big padlock on the inside, and as you approach it, you see a group, half a dozen of Duerguard, with mining picks, digging the walls, and it seems that they are like the construction crew. You've noticed that this place here is covered in slime. There is smooth and wet tissues that coat the walls of this cave. There are cankerous lumps that protrude from the flesh, dribbling caustic fluid into a sickly hued pool of gastric juices on the ground. There is a rough stone pathway that cuts through the bile, and there are 6 Duergars here, with white hair and gray skin that they have severely corroded pickaxes, and they seem to be excavating an inflamed section of the wall. The chamber gurgles with agitation. One of them turns to you and says, "Hey, don't come and disturb us. This is not an area for the other parts of the staff. Just go back to your chamber." And Midge, you assume that he clearly thinks you are a part of this dungeon, or one of its denizens. And Creek, you find, as you open that chest, you find a pouch of 500 gold pieces. One of the chests contain 3 gold masks that looks like the masks you had seen before, but these ones are very heavy, and you think each one of these masks in its own right are worth about 500 gold pieces. In fact, you think the 500 gold pieces you found were probably gold pieces that were going to be melted, in order to make another one of these masks, perhaps a 4th mask. That's the impression you got. And you find 3 scrolls of Evard's black tentacles.
Awesome. I'll take 2 of the masks and put them in my bag of holding. Can I wear the 3rd one?
And roll a d6 for me. Yes, you can. They are not magical. They're just very pretty and
1.
expensive. Very well. You find 1 potion of superior healing.
Sweet.
Did Creek already clean this place out, or are there other chests?
He cleaned the left side of the room. You can roll perception.
Excellent.
I need to take off. I gotta head to the hospital.
All right.
You guys know what's going on.
To
So,
Star goes to Midge.
I'm gonna give it to Cyril for the fireball that took out all the cultists.
Very well.
And
All right. I hope
All
everything.
right,
I hope everything goes well.
Yeah, I'll see you guys later. Okay.
All right.
yeah,
See you next time,
All right,
Midge.
bye.
all is well, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ronaldo. Wow, net 20 as well. Excellent. Ronaldo.
Nice.
I don't know why. I know why. He's like, he hasn't had loot in 2 in-game months, so or real-life months. So he's like, for once, I'm getting the chest.
Very well. Ronaldo. As you are looking into these, as you are looking into this chest, you find something particularly curious. First of all, roll 1d6 for me.
Oh, 6.
You find in one of the chests 6 potions of superior healing.
Nice. Massive.
Fantastic.
You find another 2 masks like the ones that Creek found, and 1,000 gold pieces, which you also, based on the fact that they are a mix of gold pieces from different places, either someone was collecting them, or these pieces had been stolen to be melted into more masks like these ones that seem to be made of solid gold.
Fantastic. How much was it?
It was 1,000 gold pieces.
Excellent.
And
Much
That is-
appreciated.
one more item that yeah. You find a vial of shadow oil. And a vial with a dark red, like coagulated blood inside. You think it's something magical, but you can't really tell what it is. You can roll an Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, it hovered right over that 18.
You think
Don't know what it is.
you think it's some ritual material, some ritual component, probably powerful. I mean, shadow oil. Why would they need this rare alchemical here? And then you are looking at this thing, and you are a bit puzzled about what it is. It certainly looks magical and powerful, but just put a mysterious vial of coagulated blood.
What can I show them? Both vials to Cyril, our wizard?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
you could
seen-
potentially show to Cyril, or Drazov may be able to scream in your head what it is as well.
These are pretty nifty. Check these out.
Roll an
And
Arcana skill.
Cyril, inspecting them, is going to see what he knows. Hopefully a lot.
I roll twice.
Wh-
I'm going to use inspiration because I can do much better than that.
Robert De Niro is going to herk and jerk his way up to Ronaldo
How much better?
and take a look.
Robert, roll your Arcana. Because Zero is trying to figure out, and he can't figure out what it is. But Robert,
Well, with a 31, what do I get?
you look at this, and a smile comes to your face because this is a very interesting ritual component. You see, it's not every day that you find a vial of an ancient vampire blood.
Finally. Excellent. I thought I'd have to kill Strahd for this, but I'll take it. Whew. Long time coming.
This is a
Make
powerful...
sure to keep it away from you.
Robert, you know that this is the kind of blood you use if you want to summon something like Orcus. You know, you use the power of an ancient vampire lord to make the you use the blood to make a conjuration circle. In fact, you use the diluted blood to draw the conjuration circle. If you want to call upon a lord of the undead, someone very, very powerful entity. If you want to summon someone really powerful, that's one of the components you need. And you know that's an extremely rare component because it's not like vampires are donating their blood everywhere.
Right. Okay, so Drazolf takes in this knowledge and or takes in this, sight, identifies it for what it is, and does not share that information, but instead telepathically communicates. That's interesting. Potentially useful. Here, I'll take it off your hands. I think I can make use of it.
Finders keepers, you creeper. Can Ronaldo insight that?
Yes,
Deception?
roll insight versus deception.
Oh my gosh, 21.
That's
Is up deception.
insight against the crown of lies.
Oh yeah.
So I'll roll deception, but again, I don't know if it matters.
Ugh. 22.
This is so broken.
And
Oh,
Mhm.
and Ronaldo,
I love this thing so much.
I mean, you believe him. That you couldn't identify it. Zero couldn't identify it, and he's saying it has no value.
Well, I think Ronaldo can tell that it doesn't have no value, and he knows he's suspicious enough of Drazolf from his history, so he might still be ignorant that it is the vial of ancient vampire blood, but since he has been looking for exactly this thing for however long, months, he's not going to hand it over. He'll be like, well, I think I'll get a second, third, and fourth opinion on this one.
Creek will butt in with a second opinion with my insight. Yeah, that thing's useless. Don't even care. Just smash it right here. You saw that little pod? I destroyed it. And I'm going to persuade him to destroy it.
Very well, roll persuasion.
28.
With all of your special artifacts, geez, what do I have to roll against persuasion?
Well, Ronaldo,
Insight.
you can roll insight.
What do I have to roll against that persuasion?
You can roll
Am I
persuasion.
rolling?
You can roll persuasion against that persuasion.
Okay,
Ronaldo,
that's not going to go
you can
nearly as
roll with
well.
you can roll with advantage if Ronaldo is helping you.
Oh my god,
Wow.
my persuasion is for
Ronaldo, you
crap.
can roll insight.
Ugh. Of course I'm rolling low, even with my great modifiers.
Ronaldo,
Did you want a
28.
third? Did you want a third
Damn
opinion?
it. What was that?
Rick says, did you want a third opinion? Ciro, what do you think? You agree with me, right? If it's something useless, why keep it?
It's like
As a man of our extended lives, I mean, I think keepsakes are quite important, and I mean, as traumatizing as this dungeon has been for us, I think it's important to keep some stuff. I mean,
exactly,
Robert
right.
over there has stolen all of the Weregoblin's gold. I'm sure that's keepsake for him. Creek, I'm not quite yet, but I'm sure we'll get you a signature. I mean, Ronaldo, if this is your keepsake, so be it. I'm still waiting for a clock somewhere.
Yeah,
What is
see,
all the
appreciate it.
commotion around here?
Ooh, let's get a fourth opinion. Vokar knows everything.
Ugh.
What is happening?
Vokar, what's this and what's this? Shows the 2 vials.
Well, that one is shadow oil, and the other one, let me take a closer look. And he says, ah, this is the blood of an ancient vampire.
Ha! Knew it! I knew you two were screwing with me. Never trust a lich. Unless it's a Vokar telling you what you want to hear. Alright. In any case, he wasn't going to just destroy it. Like, doing rolls, he might have been deceived into thinking it wasn't vampire blood, but he's not retarded and just going to throw it away.
And, it's not Ricardo,
All right.
guys.
Even then, Ricardo's not retarded. He's just bashful. Oh my goodness. Oh, our world is falling down upon us. Oh well.
And
Okay.
Vokar says,
I mean,
He's
even
just
if you
gonna pocket it for now.
even if Greek had convinced you, I wouldn't have let you destroy it.
Oh, you'd finally tell the truth?
Well, maybe not the truth, but I'd have at least like stopped him in the act and been like, no. Hold on to that. It's quite useful, even if it's not what you want. That kind of a thing.
Yeah. Goodness.
if you want to turn a whole village into vampires, that little flask is more than enough. You can also use some powerful conjuration circles. I don't think that's about it, Ronaldo. Are you planning on summoning some powerful entities or something?
That would be hilarious, but I think I have other plans for this little darling. He's just gonna keep it very close to the chest to make sure no one fucks with it.
I wonder what they were using this for. It's a very powerful necromantic component for rituals.
Seems like they're already summoning or transforming people with Niras. I don't know what they would want to summon in this place where they seem to be trapped for all eternity. I don't understand what they would need it for.
And Vokar reaches the end of the room and he says, well, sorry to say, but the fun is not over. There are more of these cultists ahead. As he's looking through the door and he sees a double door ahead. And there are more cultists in the next room. And in this next room, let me describe, Ciro, what you and Vokar see. You see sconces that flicker in this slimy chamber. There are slimy alcoves within what seems to be, well, the whole place seems to be a ruined chapel. It's casting an eerie glow on 5 rows of clammy stone pews. Green mucus carpets the center aisle, leading to a blood-stained altar on a rocky precipice. Behind the altar, the chapel opens to a dark cavern. 2 rusty cages are set. You can see from here. I'll describe the rest once you get closer. If you get closer.
When Vokar mentions the additional cultists in the next room, Robert De Niro is gonna telepathically speak to you all and say, "Then perhaps I should lead the way." And it's gonna move forward. And
before you do that, roll 10 d20s for us.
Oh, okay.
Very well. The Hasbro is still under your control.
Yep. And wait, does that even fit through these doors?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, all right. Very good. How far are we into that hour at this point?
I would say you still have about 30 minutes left.
Awesome. All right. So then, I guess Robert De Niro will step into the room and see what there is to see.
You're still in the hallway.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, very good. All right, yeah, I'm gonna head. Okay. I can't move my character past the doors.
Very well. As you get to the double doors, let me describe what you see in the rest of the room. There are 2 rusty cages that are set in the chapel's north wall. An eye-shaped gong stands in the southeast corner. There are 6 of these invisible or elemental, whatever the hell they are, cultists that sit in the pews. Before them is a priest in a horned mask adorned with 8 chin tentacles. The cultists seem to be presenting some sort of sacrifice as on the altar in front of the main priest. It seems to be some sort of unholy temple, and this high priest has his altar is all bloodied. And Robert, you've recognized that type of blood. That is the same blood that you guys were just discussing. Is diluted ancient vampire blood. You can recognize from here that is not the blood of a fresh victim. It's something that they just spread out in the altar, and he seems to be drawing glyphs on the watery blood as he's making the ritual. As he does so, he seems to be speaking in common, and his mask's tentacles start to become alive. They start to writhen subtly, and as he speaks. And well, you can all roll. Not all of you, sorry. Ciro and Nera, Ciro and Robert, you can both roll a DC 18 Wisdom save.
That's 29 for me.
Very well.
7.
You feel that this high priest attempted to probe into your minds, and you can hear him telepathically saying in your minds, unexpected guests. You must be fools to attempt to interrupt the ritual to bring back Zargon. You are all here to be defeated. You are all here to be unlucky. You are all here to go into the cages. You are here just to end the cycle of my ritual. You've noticed that the altar has 2 sets of iron manacles. And as he's talking, telekinetically these iron manacles start float into the air. In a threatening way, you think he's going to launch those manacles onto the both of you to try and capture you. You just got this sixth sense that this is what he's implying with the floating manacles. What would you guys like to do? I'm gonna give you 1 turn to each one of you.
Just to be clear, when I got to the doors, like, are they locked?
No.
Okay. So, real quick, above the table, Cyril, what do you think?
What do I think? We have to be wary if he's attacking us mentally. He's a big challenge. Focus him with anything you have, I suppose. And warn the guys behind us what is ahead. 7 enemies, 1 very powerful one.
I mean, I can speak telepathically to most of the party.
I think we can just shout back.
Well, yeah, but shouting verbally might not be the best option in terms of just like alerting the rest of the cultists, because so far all of that whole exchange was telepathic. So, like, yeah, we might be able to catch these other guys unawares if we're lucky. If we're very, very lucky.
Now, just a reminder of what you remember about that particular ritualistic component, which is ancient vampire blood. This is the kind of stuff, Robert, that you would want to have if you wanted to summon someone like Orcus, the prince of the undead. Jubilee Legs, it would be kind of overdoing to use this component. It's kind of too much. Perhaps for Zagatmoy would be somewhat okay. But yeah, it's the kind of thing that, you know, if you want to talk with someone like Jergal or a god of death, then that is the kind of stuff you use. If you want to summon Kalimvor or even Miracle, if they were still out there, you could potentially use something like this. You would need other pieces of the ritual, but this is quite powerful. Whatever it is that he's writing there and summoning, you don't expect is going to be as easy as those cultists you took down before.
From where I'm at right now, can I make an Arcana check? Like, can I see enough of what he's been writing to make an Arcana check, to use an Arcana check to try and determine what or who he's trying to summon?
No, you don't have an angle to see what
Okay,
he's
all right.
what he's trying to summon. Yeah.
All right.
But while you guys are thinking, you've noticed that one of the cultists starts to move towards the gong and grabs this big baton and it gets into position as if he's about to ring the gong. And he's looking at the high priest as if he's waiting for a cue.
I'm going to Misty Step. Let's see what it is. 30 feet. There we go. Yep. Boop. Okay. I still can't move through the doors.
There you go.
There we go. Misty Step 30 feet forward. And
roll a dex save.
speak again. What now?
Dex save.
A dex.
DC 25.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
As you miss this step, when you come out on the other side, you start to slide all the way towards the altar, and only the altar stops you. You just slippery slide all the way until the end of the room, and then you stop awkwardly at the altar, still looking like an era. You can attempt to roll your performance to see how well you are imitating the Nera.
All right, is that low enough to? Is that low enough to convince people?
If that's what?
Is that low enough to of a roll to convince people that I'm in Nera?
He's confused about what you are doing there, and he talks into your mind, and he talks into a language you don't comprehend, and he seems to be speaking something in your mind, and you have no idea what he's talking about. What language is this? You don't know.
Do I? No, I don't think I have anything. Oh wait, no, I do. Nope, that's only as ritual. Okay, never mind.
It goes without saying, Robert. You are prone, of course. But the good news is, as you hit against the altar, and you are kind of on your knees, you can now see that he's drawing some glyphs, but I'm afraid you have no idea what those symbols mean. It's nothing remotely similar to anything you have seen before. And now, the guy wearing the mask, it's almost resembling a mind flayer. I mean, they're using a mind flayer token, but it's not a mind flayer. It's one of these invisible guys with a mask, and the mask is just coming alive. The tentacles of the mask are just coming alive, and you have the impression that whatever it is, this is nothing like any ritual you have seen before. You do notice that there is a passage, there is a precipice behind this guy, like a big drop behind him, and you have no idea what is for. But as you are standing there, please roll a dex save, another dex save, and this time is to dodge from the manacles that come rushing to you and attempt to grapple both your hands behind your back.
And that's a nat 1.
Do you have inspiration?
I think I already gave that to someone else. Or wait, did I?
I gave
Or
you
did
my
I just-
inspiration.
Oh, all right. Well, boom. Okay, I've got inspiration then. I will roll that again.
Yep.
10.
You don't manage to dodge, and the despair of manacles.
All right. Well, as a reaction, I'm going to Misty Step.
Oh yes, wouldn't that be nice? But as the manacles grapple you, as the manacles grapple your hands, Misty Step stops working.
Wait, if I'm using it as a reaction to the manacles attacking me, wouldn't I just be
So
not
the
there when
reaction-
they?
Well, the reaction
get
is
there?
against. Is first we resolve the manacles, then we resolve your reaction. The reaction doesn't preempt the event; it reacts to the event. So first we resolve the event.
Right, to the event of the attack, not to the event of the effect. Right? I mean, it depends on the reaction, but in this case, I think.
What does your item say about?
It just says that I get to use Misty Step as a reaction, but Misty Step is generally a bonus action. It's kind of funky.
Well,
so I mean,
because
I'll defer to your judgment.
Yeah, it doesn't. It wouldn't. Because of the order of the actions here, the manacles would resolve first.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because the manacles grabbed first, right? Manacles grabbed you, tried to react, but the manacles' effect is that they neutered your magic.
Yeah, the manacles
All right.
prevented you
Yeah.
from
Fair
teleporting
enough.
as you attempt to, and you were restrained. Both your hands, restrained to a certain extent. Both your hands are behind your back, but you can still do somatic components and things like that. But by realizing that the manacles block your Misty Step teleportation, you can roll an Arcana check to try and identify what kind of device this is.
And so wait, I did that not? Oh, there we go.
And for the rest of you, what would you guys, as you are seeing this scene, and now you see Robert getting restrained by this ancient-looking iron manacles. How do you guys react to this?
I think they're gonna sacrifice him. We should probably stop.
Agreed.
Yeah, I want to channel divinity.
Very well. Robert, you think that these manacles work as some sort of dimensional shackles?
Oh shit.
I'd like to check for a moment. So, did my failed attempt to use my reaction burn my reaction for this turn?
No.
Yeah. Oh.
The Misty Step is
okay.
You use your reaction. You don't burn a spell slot. Let me qualify that answer.
Oh well, I don't burn a spell slot anyway. It's one of my
But you do use a reaction. Yes, you do use a reaction.
Right. I just need to double check one thing because
All right, before stuff goes down, I'm gonna channel divinity Twilight Sanctuary on myself and Steps of the Night bonus action.
Very well. Can you explain to our audience what that does?
All right, my Twilight Sanctuary, everyone within my aura, within a 30-foot aura, is protected as a sphere of kind of dim shadow envelops us. Anyone who's within my aura, you get +2 to your AC and +2 to your dex saves because you have half cover. And then my Twilight Sanctuary means so long as I'm in dim light, I can fly.
Nice.
Excellent. Well, you are in dim light here, so you can fly.
very nice. As an since we're still not actually in initiative right now, correct?
I'll resolve the turn of Cyril that I gave each one of you one turn, and then we roll initiative.
Okay. Because I'm gonna use my action to use the amorphous quality of my Kirsten's ooze to just become basically a liquid and just flow out of these shackles and reconstitute myself in front of this altar,
Okay.
free of the shackles.
That is nice. That is fortunate to be the one grappled by shackles.
All right.
Good grief.
When you turn into an ooze, remind me that the description of that ability tells you that whatever is equipped on you becomes an ooze with you?
Amorphous. As an action, you can speak a command word and cause your body to assume the amorphous qualities of an ooze for the next minute. You, along with any equipment you are wearing or carrying, can move through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide without squeezing. Once you use this property, it can't be used again until the next dawn.
Very well. First, you need an action to trigger that. But
that's why I said I'm using my action.
Very well. As you turn into an ooze, the shackles turn into an ooze with you, as well as all the other gear that you're wearing.
Oh, that's not cool. Okay. Fair enough.
They are considered equipped while they're grappling. So together with all your equipment, they are converted into the same form. And when you no longer ooze, they are no longer ooze as well. Very well, Cyril. What do you want to do with your turn?
Using my staff of power, I'm going to conjure a wall of force.
Your staff of power? Do you have a staff, Cyril?
I do.
I mean, you've been carrying around that empty hand, saying that you're carrying something for a while now. Are you really sure there's something in that hand?
That's my left hand. My right hand has the staff of power that I got off.
So you walk like those like someone skiing. Yes, like someone who's skiing with 2 steps.
Well,
all the time as he shuffles with the scorpion legs.
I'm thinking more so
like that.
My left hand is more so like an old action figure where he was just stuck in this semi-open, semi-closed position, and it was just never open or close any further. So. But that is neither here nor there, because that staff is neither here nor there, or is it here or there? We shall never know. But yes, I shall use a wall of force with my staff of power, and I will cast this around the gong.
Around the gong.
To prevent,
very well.
To one sheet here. 1 10 by 10, and then I will do a 4 or 5 by 10 this way to separate Robert from the table that the shackles are stuck to while it's an ooze.
Okay, so you want to put a wall of force here.
Please, and then with my remaining movement this way, so the gong is also closed off.
Very well.
That's smart, closing off the gong.
Yeah, I don't know what it does, but for now I think it's the best.
Nothing good.
The best play. Yeah, exactly. Nothing good can come from a gong, unless it's dinner time, but
Wow,
Us Liches have
that's
very
a lot
little
of
use for
prejudice against
food.
gongs. Some would
It
say
is.
it's an instrument of peace.
And others would say an instrument of war.
If it ain't for
Well, yeah.
meditation or food, then it's us.
Very
Boy.
well.
And then as my bonus action, I am going to convert a level 2 spell slot into 2 meta magic points.
Very well.
So I have those back full.
And
Oh, sorry, I have those
Creek,
back to 1.
anything you would like to do before we roll initiative?
I would like to read one of my scrolls of Evar. You said Evard's Black Tentacles?
Very well.
Also just going to move up a little bit while he reads.
I cast thee from Davy Jones, may your tentacles be known. No matter how deep the sea shall be, you will pull my enemies and plunder their booty. Arrgh! Now hear my words. And I cast it right there.
Love it.
Excellent. And with that,
Do I, can Ronaldo do something really quick before we get into initiative, or no, since I already described my action and bonus action?
yes, you roll a turn. So we're gonna start initiative. Let me just
I recall they have to do a dexterity saving throw, DC 20, anytime they enter it or they start their turn in there.
Those are really a
Tentacles.
bunch of black tentacles that come out from the
I hold-
ground.
I hold all the cultists down.
Very well.
Nice.
They have to do what is the check? What is the save?
Is my spell save, so it's a DC 20 dexterity.
DC 20 dex. They all fail. They're all restrained.
They're all restrained. They take 3d6 bludgeoning, and then every turn, since they're restrained, will take an additional 3d6.
Very well. They're all dead.
Oh, I also got the one in the corner too, since it's 20 feet, 20-ish feet. So I managed to get it like that.
Okay. So that one is
These
dead. as well.
cultists are very easy to kill. Oh my god.
There's gonna be no gong ringing in my underground cult facility.
Not
That's why they're
everybody's a lich,
cultists.
guys.
They're all like
The-
weaklings and losers, desperate to cling to something great.
Sometimes you
lich.
find minions. You can't everybody be a boss.
I love minions. I feel so good about killing so many of them so quickly.
And I forgot to mention, guys, I'm wearing a golden mask with a jester's outfit, so Creek looks completely different.
So very well.
You look like a different kind of god here.
So now that you did all these three things, I was going to ask you to roll initiative, but since you put the guy behind a wall of force, and all the cultists are now dead, there is no point in asking you to roll initiative, and we can just
Sorry,
resolve
Legend.
without initiative. Oh, that's why I gave you a free turn. Well, what would you guys have to say to this telepath on the other side of the wall? I mean, the wall is just 10 feet high, so it's not reaching the ceiling. But he's
Since
oh,
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I forgot one thing. Cyril, roll a dex save for me. As the other shackles come flying towards you.
Oh, geez, from all the way over there?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, he was already preparing to
26.
launch them before they start all these shenanigans.
And he gets
26.
+2 because he's within
You've
my
dodged.
aura.
Yes.
Nice,
You
nice.
dodge the shackles and they hit the ground. They fall close to Creek's foot. All right. Go ahead. Who was? It was you, Ronaldo. You had something to say, or who was saying something? Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, no worries. I was just gonna say that since I'm still again appearing as Anira and now shackled and now standing in front of this wall or this mass of writhing tentacles that has just butchered all of his followers. I'm just gonna stand there and telepathically communicate to him. Why did you attack me? Why did you start this? Can you not see we're on the same side? Why do you turn on your own?
And he says to you, "You are not my own. I can see in your mind who you are. I can see the thoughts of someone who doesn't speak primordial.
Fair enough. I just wanted to know." And with that, I guess, what happens next? Do we roll initiative for this guy, or what's going on now?
Well, real quick, before you
go
antagonize him, I just wanted to say that, and I would be handing you one too if you were next to us, Robert De Niro, but you're not. Ronaldo will hand Creek and Cyril each. Actually, let's see. Account, blah, blah, blah. And Vokar. Sure. So -3. He'll give each of them one of my potion of healing superior. Since I looted so many.
Very well.
Thank you.
So one to Cyril, one to Creek, one to Vokar.
Very well.
Appreciate that, pal.
You're welcome.
So what are
I'm gonna need
Liches
'em.
for? Absolutely.
As a cleric, I wish I could heal more, but as a lich, I will.
And Volcar,
tough shit.
Volcar thanks you and gives you a potion of speed in exchange.
Ooh, nice. I appreciate that.
So you can add a potion of speed to your inventory as he takes the potion of superior, not supreme, guys. Superior healing is the rare one.
Superior, not.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very well. So, suddenly you see this guy starts to telekinetically levitate out of the ground, and I mean, I don't even know if you can call a guy. You have true sight and you can't see his body. All you see are clothes and mask. You see gloves, you see clothes, you see mask, and he makes some somatic components, and the glyphs he draw on the blood start to glow. And then he flies back into the precipice behind him. And he just immediately comes out of your line of sight, and he just dives down into the precipice, flying. And you lose sight of him. You lose an angle. And you have no idea where he went. And Volcar approaches and says, Okay. That, to me, looks like someone who is doing something very naughty, to say the least. It seems
Looks like he's going to get
to me.
We ought to stop him.
Yeah, I think we should.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think we should follow him before he gets more reinforcements, and for all we know, there could be more Nera down there that he's working with.
Or more mind players.
Take those over at Nera. I'll take those over at Nera any day.
And Volkar says, I have a sense that perhaps the Nera is not the worst thing we will find in here. Call it a sixth sense. But if there is one thing that I hate, and I do understand the irony on my statement, are exarchs. They are nasty little guys. They have some dirty tricks up their sleeves. I can tell you by experience. So, get ready. This is not gonna be an easy ride from this point onwards.
Okay, none of this has been an easy ride. We've literally found creatures that combat everything that we are. We got this.
Yeah.
We got this.
All spellcasters. I just used up a channel divinity. Let's go.
And,
We're on a time clock here, guys.
and before...
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead, Robert.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I jangle my shackles and gesture toward the others as they all hear me speak in their brains. Maybe someone can assist with this.
And Cyril's gonna look to the others and is gonna say, justice seems to have been served.
And Robert...
He's just gonna absolutely ignore it.
And Robert, roll a strength save DC 21, please.
I mean, is there really even any point? I mean, I'm still under wish stress.
You can still roll a net 20.
You got this.
All right. So that's just a flat strength roll?
A strength save.
Oh, a strength save. Okay. Great. So it's only a -2. Yeah.
Very well. As Robert is showing you the shackles, suddenly you see the shackles just pull him up into the air above the wall of force. And Robert, you are dragged into the same precipice that the high priest had flowed into. And on that note, we'll conclude this session.
You know what,
here.
Volkar? Yeah, Exarchs, big deal. Probably shouldn't bother. Never mind.
Exarch. Is that our terminology, the exit?
I think we go back the way we came, guys. I think we go back the way we came.
It's been a good run. Let's go.
And for all of you watching us, thank you so much for watching. And we have someone who knows Zargon in the chat. Very well, very well. Thank you all, everybody, for watching us. There will be more next week when we discover why is Robert De Niro being kidnapped by the High Priest of Zargon. We'll continue this session then. Thank you all. It's a pleasure having you here. Have a good night, everybody.
See you later.